Welcome to another board game playthrough. My name's Marcus and this is Board Games and Chill. Today I'll be playing Fishing Lessons, a simply solo game published by Button Shy Games. So today we'll be playing as... how about Carter? So we'll start off with Carter. So Carter requires 2B, 2C and 2T, which I imagine is bass, carp and trout. So we need to aim to get 2 of each. So first of all we shall shuffle the lake cards. Next we shall shuffle the lesson cards. So taking a look at our starting hand. You can see that. We have a move 1 or 2, followed by a flip of the left and the right card to the fisher. And next we have the move 3, followed by flipping 2 cards with a space in between. And a flip 1 where you swap 2 face down cards. And we will be playing on normal difficulty. So I think the first thing we should do is play this card because it's the simplest and easiest to go to the far end. So you probably go to the far end to the right or to the left and start flipping them one by one to try and meet our requirements, and we'll see what we get. So playing the first one and resolving the first lesson, we have move 1 or 2, in which case I'm going to move 2 to the right. And we're going to flip 1 this time to the right, so we flip the end card. So we have, it's not a carp, it's a catfish, and it's not a trout, it's a tilapia. In which case we do fulfill 1C and 1T, which is a good card because it fulfills 2 out of the 3 cards that we need. We obviously don't have a chance of winning at this stage in the game, so we can just draw a new card and select a new fishing lesson to apply to our lesson row. This time we can flip 3 from directly under and to the left and to the right, and then make a move of 2 or 3. Since we do want to keep this one, I probably wouldn't put this one in first. And because this one only already flips 1 to the left to the right, and because we don't know which ones these are, it probably will be best not to use this one just yet. But instead, what we can do is move 3 to the left, take a look at 2 of the cards on either side, and then we can make a move and flip one of the ones which is in the middle that we hadn't flipped previously. That way we get a bigger picture of what we have in the lake. It'll probably be worth doing this one first, so I'm just going to shift this one along and play the lesson at the beginning of the lesson row. So resolving the lessons, we first move 3, this time to the left, 1, 2, 3, and we shall flip either this one and this one, or this one and this one. I think I'm going to flip this one over here, and this one here. So in this case, we do not need an S, but we do need another T. So we do have 2 T's here. We have 1 C and 1 B, so all 3 cards are actually useful to us. So what I'm going to do is just move 1 to the left, following for the second lesson, and then I'm going to flip this one here to see what it is. We've got an S and a C. So currently we have 2T, 2C and 1B. All of the cards qualify because we have at least one of our requirements on each of the cards. But we still don't win just yet because we are still missing a bluegill or a bluegill, however you pronounce that. In which case we just draw a new card. Okay, so we can move 1, 2 or 3 and flip 3 cards. And it's likely that we will need to start flipping ones back over to meet our requirements, but we're not too sure which ones that is until we find out what the remaining 3 cards are and how we can change them to only the ones we need. So if we do start off with this one, we'll be moving 3 to the right, and we'll get to flip some of these over. But we'll be leaving a bit of a gap, and we'll have to flip this one and remember which one that is. What we can do is just flip the one we currently have and use this card to replace this one, because this one adds a little bit of complication because of the distance between the two ones that are being flipped, which can get a little bit tricky to manage, especially if we have quite a few different fishing lessons in play. So what we want to do is flip this one because we're right under it, and then we could potentially move 2 across and then flip the next one. That way we'll have be able to see 2 more without overwhelming ourselves and flipping things back over where we'll end up forgetting which ones we have. So I think I shall replace this one, so I will discard this and replace this fishing lesson, in which case we shall flip the one below us. A T and a B, and now we can swap 2 face down cards. Of course, we don't really know what these 2 are in either case, so we can just swap them around without it affecting us at the moment. Next, we want to move 2. Actually, 1 second. So currently we have 3T, 2B, and 2C. Actually, in order to win, we just need to remove one of the T's, which is this one, which goes very nicely with this because we just have to move 1 and flip this card round. And since we are playing on normal difficulty and we've resolved all of our fishing lessons, we then check to see whether we've won, in which case we have 2T, 2C, and 2B, and all of the remaining cards are flipped face down. And there you have it, a very fast win. Since this win was so fast, I think we ought to play a different game with a different fisherman. So let's reshuffle and lay the board out again. Okay, round 2. This time we shall play as, how about, let's play as Zoe, the granddaughter. Okay, and the granddaughter requires 3S and 2T on the face-up cards. So let's shuffle the lake and lessons and get started. Okay, so for our starting cards we have first this double flip followed by a move of 1 or 3. Same card as we had last time, where you flip the one below you and swap 2 face down cards. Probably won't be too useful just yet until we find out more of items in the lake. And at this one you flip 1 either side, and you can peek at 1 face down card, but you don't flip it over. Or you can move 1, so this could also be quite useful, because you get to see all 3 and see the one below to see whether it's useful, which could go quite well with this one if we know what it is. So I'll probably save these 2 for now and start off with this one here. So I shall start off by flipping these 2. And in which case I shall actually move 3, let's see. We need 3S and 2T. We don't need this one at all. So what I'm going to do is, move her 1 to the right, because then I should be able to flip her. If I keep this as my first fishing lesson, I should be able to flip this one back over if I needed to. Okay, and I'll draw the next lesson. Move 3 and flip with a double space in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this, like I mentioned before, but this time I'm going to move 3 to the left and use this one and take a peek at those 3 cards here. So let's have a flip. So C and a T, so this one counts towards our goals. And we'll move 3 down here. Now we flip the 2 either side. Let's see. So this time we have 2S, 3T, and 2C. We don't need any C's, but we need these 2 S's. So we can probably, well, we can take a peek at this one, or we move 1. And I think we should take a peek. Take a peek. This is an S and a C. So it's one that we do need. Let me draw a next lesson, because we do not win at the moment. So if we flip these 2, we remove a T, and we get, so we end up with 2T, and we gain an S over here, in which case we would be able to move 3 or 1, 2, 3, and we would end up flipping 2 T's over. It's not something which we really want to do unless we add something in there to flip this one, depending on what it is, because that could give us an extra T that we want, in which case we might be able to just use the single flip afterwards, depending on what that one is. So let's try that. So starting from here, we shall flip these 2. So now we have 3S, 2T, but we still have 2 more lessons to go. So if we move 3, we then flip these 2 over, which is a CT and an ST. And we can take a peek at this one, or move and flip. And I think I will move and then flip. So we have 3S, we have 1T, and we need to swap 2 face down cards. Now, I don't know which one this is, but I do know there's a BT here. We don't need any S's, and we know that this is also an S or a T, I've forgotten. But we can swap this one just so we don't have too many S's. We can swap this one with this one. If we know this is a T, okay. So currently we have 3S and 1T, so we don't win just yet. So we draw another lesson. Don't have too many lessons left, so I think I'm going to consider replacing one of these lessons. Since we know what this one is, it's the BT, we know that we need that T there. So ideally, all we want to do is just stick with this, open this one, and keep these 2 as they are. So if we flip these 2, and then we move 1, we flip them back again. So this is open, and this one we know what it is, and then we can potentially just flip it again. But we need to add a new card. So if we use this one, we could replace this one with here, in which case we would flip over these 2 and move 2 over here. So we want to flip this one back over, and this one's open. We move 1 and flip it back, And that should be it, I reckon, unless I've completely miscalculated. Okay, so let's see. So let's replace this one over here with this one and start resolving. So we flip over these two, BC and a BT, and then we move 2, and then we shall flip over this one back again, and this one open, and then we move 1, and then do the final flip, and we can swap 2 face down cards, but it doesn't matter which ones they are because we have ended up with 3S and 2T, so we've won again. Easy. This game is a bit too easy on normal mode, I reckon, so we'll have to try hard mode next time, which I've heard is pretty tough. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got a better idea of what Fishing Lessons is about and how to play through the game. I should put a link to my latest playthrough video of Fishing Lessons over here. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.